Hey, good morning, fellow Nigerians. Good morning, viewers from Nigeria, across Africa, and around the world. This is Smart Mado Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International from Houston, Texas, United States of America. How are you guys doing today? How was your weekend? I hope you are off to a beautiful week. Yes, it's Monday morning here. Yes, weekend was great for me. I had a lot of fun, outside doing what I know best. Uh, I hope you did have fun too. Yes, today we are going to be talking about the issue of the North, the concept of the North and South in Nigeria. The concept of the North and South in Nigeria. Nigeria became an independent state on October 1st, 1960. The independence that was granted to Nigeria was granted to Nigeria as an entity, not as divided regional entities called North and South. The concept of North and South is good only for geography, but the politicization of North and South has been the worst thing that has happened to Nigeria. There has been this unhealthy and needless rivalry, between the two regions. Not really. From what I know, the South does not exist. Not as strong as it is with those who drive it in the North. Yes, the South is non-existent, but there is this North, from where all those about 10 out of 13 leaders of previous leaders of Nigeria came out from. The way this concept is amplified is dangerous, it's evil, and it's divisive. And that is why we are coming with the concept of Open Nigeria, with free, fair, equal, unlimited, and unconditional access to opportunity to all Nigerians. Yes, to grow and develop and to progress and prosper according to their abilities and levels of competency, for individual good and for the good of the entire country. And we believe that this is the only thing that will promote social justice, peace, and security in Nigeria. But politicians in Nigeria, the Nigerian elites, very corrupt. They have kept their country divided. So this concept of North and South does not promote national integration and national unity. The country has been at war with itself since independence because of the greed of those who drive this evil concept of North and South. I remember when I was in high school, they would ask us questions. I think it's in government or history. They will set questions, even put into our academic curriculum, the North and South dichotomy, discuss. Whenever I saw that question, I never answered it. So I don't know, for some reason, I've always been asking questions. Why is the country balkanized into North and South? But this regional nationalism is worse in the north of Nigeria, has been worse And that is the region that has produced 10 heads of states, but with absolutely nothing in the form of development and growth in that area. You see, the most uneducated people are from there. You see, the poorest people in Nigeria are from there. Now you begin to wonder why they have 10 head of states, 10 leaders of Nigeria coming from there. In that region, you see millions of children out of school. As we stand, it is estimated that over 30 million of children in that region are out of school. Isn't that dangerous? And you wonder why Nigeria is having national security crisis? Hey, how are you, King? How are you doing? Nice to see you here on YouTube. Thank you very much. Where are you joining from? So this concept of North and South has been used to retard the growth and development of Nigeria. And that evil is so strong in the North. Everything we do in Nigeria, before we say anything, they tell you about the Northern interest. I was born in the south of Nigeria. I remember, and I recognize it geographically. I don't care about the political part of it, but there's nothing like a political south. That is what it exists just in name. Some jobbers use it to make money off of the criminals who drive the evil in the north of Nigeria. The south of Nigeria is never has been as cohesive. Yeah, because of tribal rivalry, especially between the Igbos and the Yorubas. Yes, they can never come together to get anything done. So that is the reason why the South politically cannot stand. For a very long time, the North has stood very strong politically against the strategic interest of Nigeria. Now it is falling apart because the people are beginning to open their eyes to see that it's a device, or it has been a device that has been used to rob them, to blackmail them, make them believe that they are one against who? The rest of Nigeria. Every time they are the ones who want to lead Nigeria. And in the north, it's just some elements. Sadly, Fulani elements with ties to Madam Fodio. Yes, they position themselves to be the rulers of that north that competes against the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Nigeria. People have not been telling them. People grumble about it behind the closed doors. Their mission has always been to ruin Nigeria. They come, create all kinds of northern platforms, northern elders, northern political leaders, northern elites, northern traditional rulers, northern this, northern that. But what do they do with it? To ambush Nigeria for personal gains against the interest of the people of Nigeria, including the millions of Nigerians in the north who live below poverty line. So, what has this North and South thing, what development has it brought to Nigeria? Beyond hate, beyond the bloodletting, beyond the discrimination, beyond the abuse of power by some people whenever they are in charge, like they have always been in charge, under-educating the people, denying the people access to quality education, denying the people access to healthcare, denying the people to access to everything, because they use what we call the feudalistic oligarchy that benefits some sheikhs in Nigeria who wants to be Arabs. Yes, inside Nigeria. This is why we are having a lot of trouble in Nigeria. And this is the reason why Nigeria must reset. People are scared of telling them or speaking up. But Nigeria has reached a very dangerous crescendo that if nothing is done, what happened in Rwanda or what happened between 1967 and 1970 in Nigeria, orchestrated by the ancestors of these people, will repeat itself in a worse form. So the people of Nigeria, why is it that we cannot live together as one people in one country? Why is it that we allow this poison to infect us? Why do we call ourselves Northerners and Southerners instead of Nigerians? Every day we are amplifying this. Every day we are validating it. The media is worse. You see someone like Seun Akambalaye of Channels Television coming out in right talking to Nigerians, talking about what Northern elders, Northern leaders are saying. Yes, is that necessary? The media is supposed to be an agent of agent of unification, but the Nigerian media has become so divisive. Everybody plug into this evil of North and South, especially the North. The people there are so poor. Majority of the people are poor. 30 million children on the streets without access to opportunities. Children who are supposed to be in the school, they are not there. The governors in the north of Nigeria collect allocations every month to do what? They don't develop the place. They don't develop their people. They pocket the money. The same thing their emirs and sultans are doing. Every time they hold Nigeria hostage with AK-47. Right? Now the people that they say we are in that north with them, they have unleashed terrorists on them. They are grabbing their lands, driving them off of their farmlands. Yes, a lot of Nigerians live in internally displaced people's camps inside their country, in the north of Nigeria. So what is good about this north? Why can't we come off this? Why are we continuing to validate this north and south concept? It's a disease. I can't call myself a southerner. It's an insult for anybody to call me a southerner. I have lived in the United States for nearly 28 years now. I've never seen the United States divided along regions. I've never seen any American referring to himself as a southerner in a manner that is driven by politics, like it is in Nigeria. No American refers to himself politically as a northerner, as a southerner. And I make mention again, because the Nigerian type is driven by politics, not by geography. Yes, Al Gore was from Tennessee. Bill Clinton was from Arkansas. Two neighboring states. One was president and the other one was vice president to him. Bill Clinton was the president. Al Gore was his vice from two neighboring states. Why were they elected? Because Americans believed that they were better qualified to lead their country. They did not mind that they came from two neighboring states. In Nigeria, where are we? We are still shouting about northern and southern presidency. That the power has to rotate between the north and the south. All right? And in the south, power has to remain where? In some place. And there are some people who it's a policy that those people will not be able to ascend the power in Nigeria. Not because they are not qualified, not because they are not the most qualified people, but because of where they come from, because of their race, because they are Igbos. But we have seen the worst, like it is right now, leading the country into its grave. We have seen 10 out of the country's leaders coming from one section of the country with nothing but ruins, destruction, poverty, ignorance, yes, hell, bloodletting with them in the saddle. When are we going to come off of this divisive nonsense they call North and South? It benefits some people. It benefits some people, especially the corrupt and morally bankrupt Fulani elites, the minority in Nigeria, minority in the political class of Nigeria, that lords lords it on the people of Nigeria. I don't know how they are able to do this. Yes, a tiny minority of people do this. They use the Hausa people as cannon foders. They rob them, they rape them, they kill them like they have been doing since 1804. And I think it is time that the people of Nigeria will come off of this regional thing. It does not work. It has not produced anything but hell. It has not produced anything but retardation. It has not produced anything but what? Death for Nigeria. Nigeria is gradually and very rapidly dying. So, where is our sense of measurement? Where is our sense of history? That we can look back at the history of Nigeria and check who is in power, who has been in power at certain times, at all times in Nigeria. What did they do to advance the cause of Nigeria? What did they do to build Nigeria? What did they do to improve the economy of Nigeria? What did they do to improve education in Nigeria? What did they do to improve healthcare in Nigeria? What did they do to improve infrastructure in Nigeria? What did they do to solve the energy crisis in Nigeria? Nigeria has been in darkness, yeah, because we lost our capacity to generate and distribute electricity, which is necessary for industrialization. Yes. What did they do? Absolutely nothing. What did they do? Walloped the country's treasury. That is why they always want to be in power. The North, the North, the North. The people of Nigeria, it's time to end this evil of North and South. I am not being emphatic on the South of Nigeria because it doesn't exist. They can't come together as much as the so-called North has always waylaid Nigeria to rob the people, using some elements from the Southwest, some scavengers from the Southeast, and the rest of Nigeria to continue to hold our country captive. This generation of Nigerians, why can't we divorce ourselves from this evil of North and South? It hasn't helped us, and it's guaranteed not to help Nigeria. And this is the reason why we are telling you to join us at Open Nigeria, so we can use it as a new platform. We use it as a new tribe. We use it as our new national religion, put it in the psyche of Nigeria, that a Nigerian can be a Nigerian anywhere inside Nigeria. A Nigerian can be a Nigerian with access to opportunities anywhere. A Nigerian can be a Nigerian who will never be defined again by his tribe or by the region where he was born. A Nigerian can be a Nigerian who will never again be identified by his or her religion. That is the concept of Nigeria that we want to see, and that is what we are working for. Why not join us today to be a part of it? Why not liberate yourselves? Yes, why not emancipate yourselves from this mental slavery of North and South? What has being a Northerner brought to you? What good? There's nothing. Political Northerner, not geographical Northerner. If it was geographical, I will understand. Occasionally we hear it, We hear about geographical north here. When, in fact, when anything happens, weather-wise, or something that has to do with geography, that's all. But when it comes to politics, it is America, 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 always looking for the best as leaders. Why? We say we are copying American democracy. I don't know what we copied. We didn't copy a damn thing. We didn't copy anything. The Nigerian corruption, the type of corruption in Nigeria, you don't see it here. Yes, it's not like America is corrupt-free, but don't get caught. People don't dip their hands, their filthy hands, in American treasury and take everything away from it and don't get punished. You don't even try it in the first place. Yeah, because of the checks and balances associated. No president comes in America. Forget about what Donald Trump is saying, that he's going to deport the most massive. When the time comes for action to start, you will see what they call the Congress. Not many people will be interested in that type of massive deportation that he proposes. But in Nigeria, what do we see? The members of National Assembly work with their rogue president to destroy their country. It's a house. It's like a stock exchange where they trade the future and the destiny of Nigeria away. Yes, that is what they do. But here you can try it. If you are elected as a congressman, you go there with expectations from your constituents, and those expectations are so specific to them that you have to go and demand for what the constituents want from you. You go there and start doing something else, they will tell you you're not going back again. And true to their words, when the time comes, you don't go back. What are we doing in Nigeria? The people who represent Nigeria don't even care about the people. They only distribute money to them, pittances to them on election days. As soon as the election is over and they are fraudulently declared winners, they turn their backs on the people. They don't do anything for them. The reason is because the people of Nigeria do not understand their basic human rights, their rights to the citizenship of Nigeria, and their responsibilities as citizens of Nigeria. That is why they push evil. They shove cement down their throats and they swallow it. That is why the country is being run aground now and nobody is standing up. Yes, they are preparing ahead for the next election. Year in, year out, Nigerians are preparing to receive the worst type of treatment. They don't stand up, they don't rise up. The reason is because of this crazy north and south evil. Yes, there is nothing. It's not going to benefit us. It never has benefited us. And it's guaranteed not to benefit the people of Nigeria. This is the reason why I am standing tall today to tell Nigerians something different that they have never heard before. We must purge ourselves of this north and south divide. It only benefits Sultan Saad and his group of criminals holding the north hostage. It only benefits the political elites who call themselves northern politicians. People who go to the National Assembly at this time when people are going hungry, going there to tell us about Sharia. Can you imagine that? And it boils down on the type of quality of people that they lead. When you hear them articulate their position, you begin to wonder whether these people are cavemen. Those are the things that are coming from the north. Yeah, the north, to be very candid, that north driven by politics, that north driven by mostly regional nationalism, that north driven by religious bigots, it's a setback to Nigeria that must be fixed. And the only way we can fix it is to uproot this evil spirit that makes people call themselves northerners. The evil spirit that makes a region, big region, with everything, and just with everything, arable lands that are under cultivated. Yes, because the people there are pursuing personal interest at the expense of the interest of the people. So this is why we are calling once again, end this North nonsense, end this South nonsense. So the South one makes me laugh because it's ridiculous. It doesn't exist, you know. But for the sake of being fair, I will say something about it. The politicians who come from that so-called South are majorly criminals. They don't have anything to offer anybody but stealing and putting everything in their pocket. I'm from Delta State in the south of Nigeria. What are we getting in Delta State? A state that has been ruled by 3 criminals, 3 in a row, and the 4th one is in the saddle right now. Yes, it's a evil cocoon of criminals holding the people hostage. Are we going to talk about the Southeast? Their governors are mostly nothing. They don't serve the interest of their people. All right? Where is the Southwest? What are they doing there? Absolutely nothing. Okay? So tell me, the South, where when they were running to be president, they said they wanted to build a Southern alliance. The president must come from the south of Nigeria. They came for a conference in Delta, not knowing that one of their colleagues in Delta, who was governor of Delta, was angling to be vice president to another crook from the north. Yes, they call Atiku. All right? They found out later. The South does not exist. Seriously. It doesn't exist politically. So any person who is telling you about the South, you hear about the South, they just say it in the person. They don't mean it. They don't have anything. But the North did exist. But the good thing now, the North is crumbling. Because the people of Nigeria, from that side, part of Nigeria, are beginning to see what they have not been told before. They are seeing it by themselves. You can't say you are from the same North. You have a terrorist killing people en masse in Benue, and you call it header farmers clash. They are grabbing land. They drive all those people away from their lands and occupy them. And once they occupy a place, they never leave. It becomes their land. And they have been doing that instrumentally. From Benue, Plateau, Kogi, and everywhere. In Katsina, they are doing the same thing. The Hausa people have been chased away from their farms. And you tell these same people that you are from the same North with them. So where is the North? Nigerians, we can avoid and end this trouble by uniting our country. And the only way we can do it is through the open Nigeria consciousness. Let everybody join. We don't have religion. We don't have tribes. We don't have a region. All we know and all we have is Nigeria. All we pray to and pray for is Nigeria. All we do and eat and drink is Nigeria. We don't believe in the balkanization of Nigeria along regional or religious lines. We want one open and indivisible Nigeria. Hey, Janet, how are you? Nice to meet you. Thank you very much for joining. Yes, we want one open and indivisible Nigeria with equal access to opportunities like it is here. Let me tell you, I live in the United States. I came from Nigeria, from South Africa in 28 years ago after spending 2 years in South Africa. I have access to opportunities. I am not saying that there are no problems here. But the problems here are problems that can always be addressed. There is a system way of addressing issues here. In Nigeria, it is darkness. Nothing can be done about anything that goes wrong. That is why a criminal is the rogue president of Nigeria. A criminal who has sold drugs here in the United States, convicted here, found guilty, and was made to pay a restitution of nearly 500,000 US dollars. He returned to Nigeria. What did he become? He became a senator. Before that settled, he became a governor, two-term governor of Lagos State. He put the whole of Lagos in his pocket. He grew wings and extended his fang across Nigeria. Today, he bought himself into the presidency of Nigeria, buying up and destroying all of our strategic institutions, including the Nigerian Armed Forces. Yes, the INEC. Yes, the National Assembly, the judiciary. Yes, the traditional institution all fell for him, to his money. A criminal, a thief. Who should be proud that a thief is his president and a terrorist is his vice president? Vice president is a terrorist with ties to Boko Haram. And you know what? Those who bombed the United Nations building in 2011 were arrested in his house. What were they doing in his house? Yes. Then we see some people are emirs in Nigeria. Those who killed Akaluka, Gideon Akaluka in Kano in the 90s and ran away when Abacha was looking for them. They ran to Khartoum, yes, in Sudan. And when Abacha died, they came back. And what happened? He was made central bank governor. Today now when he speaks, the whole of Nigeria. Nigerians have problems remembering things. They suffer from amnesia. Yes, because the country is rudderless and has no sense of direction. We cannot continue this country this way. That is why we are coming with Open Nigeria. Please, in the best interest of Nigeria, join us. We speak the truth. Because we speak the truth, we don't have the type of followers that we need. But we are going to continue to work on it until we build that critical mass of critically conscious Nigerians who now understand that the polarization of Nigeria will not do Nigeria any good. The only thing that will do all of us good will be accepting that Nigeria is our country and we come together, integrate the country, unify the country on all fronts to build a really strong country out of Nigeria. Nigeria has so much. Nigeria is abundantly endowed with natural and mineral resources, plus a vibrant, very young population that is being underutilized. And because they are being underutilized, the population start utilizing themselves in negative forms. And that's the reason we have all the kinds of vices in Nigeria plaguing the country. We can't continue the country like that. The country is the way it is right now because there are a lot of idle young people. That is why terrorists, masterminds of terrorism are able to easily recruit people. Yes, a lot of the young people need food. They need to take care of themselves. And the country does not, because of its rudderless leadership, does not have any way forward for them. So whatever they see, whatever they can lay their hands on, they take and think that that's the way. They have to survive. Yes, so that is why we are where we are. But the people of Nigeria, especially those who have voices that can be heard, what are you doing? Why can't we organize? Why can't we mobilize? Why can't we stop electing the wrong people as our leaders? Why can't we look at people from the angle of their abilities, their competency, their knowledge, their courage to do good things, their content and strength of character? Yes, as the faces of our leadership. Why can't we divorce ourselves from this evil of tribalism? Which tribe is doing so great in Nigeria? My tribe is not doing well. I'm an Ika person. My tribe is, the Ika enclave is run down. We have a governor who, for 8 years of Delta State who came from there. He did absolutely nothing but destroyed the place far worse than it was. Made the people poorer than they have ever been in their history. I am sure it's the same thing with the Yorubas. There's nothing going on in there. There is the same thing going with the Fulanis. A people with the elites holding Nigeria hostage. But their people live inside the bush in the 21st century. Doing what? They use them to blackmail Nigeria. They arm them to blackmail Nigeria. What about the Hausa people? The Hausa people have been subjugated for a total of 220 years, exactly this year, since 1804. They have been living like slaves in their country. They can't even be governors. But they are a whopping majority of Nigerians in the north of Nigeria. Yes, I'm telling you, they are a whopping majority. In Kano, they are a whopping majority. Hausa people are a whopping majority. But who is the emir of Kano? A Fulani. In Katsina, they are a whopping majority. In Katsina. Who is the emir of Katsina? Who is the emir of Daura? A Fulani. They are a whopping majority in Sokoto. Who is the Sultan of Sokoto? A Fulani. That is apartheid inside Nigeria. And this is the reason why Nigerians must wake up. They may not be able to regain what they have stolen from them because of the laxity of their ancestors. But what are they doing with their numeric strength? And that is why these people have failed deliberately to build capacity in them. They know that when they build capacity in the Hausa people, they know that when they build capacity out for the Nigerian people, that the people will start challenging them. This is apartheid. What the same thing that Nigeria spends so much money battling in South Africa is here with us. It has been here with us. We have been covering it for a very long time, and it's now hurting us so badly. Nigerians, when are you going to wake up? North and South. I live in America. There's nothing like American political North and South. Nobody cares. So, because the people have elevated their consciousness. And, when they said they wanted to practice presidential democracy in Nigeria, they sent thousands of people here to the United States to understudy how democracy works in Nigeria. Everything they learned here, they turned it upside down. None of them was applied. None of them was applied. So when I see people telling me about Nigeria is practicing America's presidential type of democracy, I would like, are they crazy? The same country that I've lived in for 28 years, even though I am not particularly interested in politics here, but I see that democracy works here. So it's not working in Africa. It's not working in Nigeria. Because we will never do it right. Because we are corrupt. Yes, very corrupt. Nearly everybody in Nigeria is corrupt. If you are not corrupt, why should you put a criminal as president of your country over somebody who can do something and expand opportunity for you? If we are not corrupt, why is a terrorist the vice president of Nigeria? If we are not all corrupt, why is a criminal the Senate president in Nigeria? If we are not corrupt, why is the whole National Assembly populated by mostly criminals? If we are not corrupt, why are the 36 governors nearly all criminals? Are we serious about building a country? Yeah, if we are serious people, why is it that all the local government chairmen are nearly all criminals? Yes, if we are not a corrupt people, how do we elect those we call councillors? North and South has not produced anything good but evil and death for Nigeria. Nigeria is dying, and all of us are watching. It is time. If we don't stand up now for Nigeria, Nigeria will be recolonized. All the signs and symptoms of a second colonization of Nigeria, and by extension Africa, is living right with us inside that country. It is happening. Nigeria will be recolonized unless we wake up now. Nigerians where the intellectuals are not thinking. You are a professor in a university. You are vice chancellors in universities. They give you an opportunity to be the face of those organizing election. You help touts become governors. You help touts become members of National Assembly. You help a rogue become a president of your country. Now, where is your professorship? With you allowing this for the same money that you collect. You are a disgrace. You don't care about the future of your country. You don't care about your own children. You don't care about the teeming young people in Nigeria. You don't care about the elderly who have served Nigeria and now unable to receive their pension. You don't just care about anybody but yourself. But you know what? The seed you sowed, you're going to reap the fruits. This moment calls for a rethink of Nigeria. This North and South thing is not working. It has never worked. It's evil. It's divisive. It's destructive. It benefits only a few criminals who use it as bargaining chip to defraud Nigeria. We must bankrupt this North and South mentality and accept the principle of truly one open and indivisible Nigeria, where everybody will be accorded the same type of respect, any and everywhere he or she finds himself, where there will be no double standard anymore, where one law, one constitution, one criminal code will guide the everything in Nigeria. Yes, where the best and only the best will have access to lead at all levels and in all sectors, where there is no more need to be identified by religion or tribe, where a Nigerian can be a Nigerian every and anywhere he or she finds himself, without anybody reminding him or her that is not from there. In Nigeria, and Nigerian people who will understand that kingdoms died on October 1, 1960. And so, they have access to being Nigerians every and anywhere, respecting the laws of Nigeria, and standing up for Nigeria when the need arises, just as it is right now, at this moment in our country's history. That is the country we want to see. I don't want to be described as a Southerner. And I don't describe people as Northerners. If you accept that you are a Southerner, you are accepting slavery. If you accept that you are a Northerner, you are accepting ignorance. You are accepting violence. Because that is the only thing that we have seen from that part of the country, where one person, a few persons will tell people to go on a killing spree of fellow Nigerians, and they do it. And they call Allahu Akbar in the name of God. We want a Nigeria that will be led by the brightest of minds, those who will bring out the best of even the poorest Nigerian will have access to opportunity, and then will see himself as a proud Nigerian, not any more set of Nigerians that will be misled by clerics who can't even read or write, who don't even understand what they are doing, but ruin the country for money. We don't want to see a Nigeria where some crazy traditional, whatever they call themselves, traditional politicians called rulers, we loom large as if they are the owners of Nigeria. Nigerians know your right now, your right to life, your right to choice, your right to freedom of expression, your right to freedom of association, your right to freedom of worship, and your right to self-determination. Those are your basic human rights. In addition to your rights to the citizenship of Nigeria, that guarantees you equal access to opportunity with all Nigerians, any and everywhere you find yourself. Yes, that is the Nigeria we want. And that's the only Nigeria that will prosper. Again, be careful of those who are telling you about 2027. Because I don't believe that they mean well for Nigeria. The country, thousands of people are dying every day in Nigeria. They don't see that as a national emergency that should be addressed. They are more interested in politics because politics has become the biggest industry in Nigeria. Yes. We want a Nigeria that will be decentralized. A Nigeria where states will have power to make laws according to the needs of the people in that state, in those states. We want a Nigeria where there will be no need anymore for Nigerians to live in fear of anybody or any group of persons. We want a Nigeria that will react to national issues like Nigeria, not because of how somebody thinks. Yes, there is war going on in Nigeria. Nigeria stands the risk of being overrun. And the earlier we rally together as one people, the better for us. Have a good morning and a great week ahead of you. Please join us in our next edition of this stream. We will continue to talk about Nigeria, Africa, and the rest of the world. God bless you, and God bless Nigeria. Bye for now.